What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Pope Show. And today we're going to take a look at the new tool I just bought, the impact screwdriver. Alright guys, first of all, sorry about the light behind me, but I have to have the garage door open. That way there's some kind of light in here because it's very dim on this side. So, ooh, I'm kind of glowing. So I'm going to try as best as I can to try to block the sun out. So today I'm going to go ahead and use, like I said, the impact screwdriver set. I bought it at Harbor Freight, I think for $8.99. Which this is my first one. You know, I'm not trying to do like a huge review on the tool. I'm just putting it out there that the tool's out there because I didn't even know about it, and I've worked on, you know, a lot of small engines or dirt bike stuff like that, and I've always had those Phillips or flathead. Whenever I'm tearing the motor apart, I've always had those just be a total pain in the butt, and I never realized that this was out here until I saw a professional do it. I'm like, oh my god, that'd be awesome. So I went ahead and grabbed it, and I am going to test it on my '04 Honda Odyssey minivan. I need to replace the rear wheel bearing in it, and I have to use this to get the rotor off because the Phillips on there has a Phillips screw on there, and it actually it's rusted on there. My front ones, I had to redo the front ones, and I didn't know about the tool at the time, and I had to drill it out, and I went through like 2 or 3 drill bits just trying to drill the screw out or drill the bolt out. So today we're going to try doing this, and then I guess while I'm at it, I kind of show you how to do the wheel bearing also. Kind of get 2 things done here at once. So, at first, go ahead, jack the car up, put jack stands underneath it, loosen the lug nuts before you jack it up, and then that's the point that I'm at right now. So let's go ahead and remove those lug nuts. So first, I like to take these bolts off to take the actual brakes off. That way I can kind of inspect them while I'm down here. And it's only 2 bolts, so might as well. And before you take the caliper off, you go ahead and pull it towards you. That will collapse the piston in there. That way it's easier to come off. And put it back on. Boom. And make sure you put the caliper somewhere where it's not going to damage this hose. Thank God the shock's right here. I can just put it right there. Take the pads off. So next you want to take these bolts out. This holds the bracket on there. What I like to do to keep track of the bolts, I always put them back right where they came from. That way I never lose them. And if you're wondering, these are a 12mm and these are a 14mm. So I'm going to set that to the side. Come back to the front and you gotta pop this little cover off. So this is the nut that holds your hub to your shaft, your spindle, and all that jazz. And it has a little indent right there. And you gotta get a flathead in there and get that indent out before you can take this out. They say whenever you take this nut out, you're supposed to replace it because bending it up and down like that can weaken it. Okay, I think I have it up far enough. I'll try it, and then if it doesn't work. Before we take this off, we're going to go ahead and try the impact screwdriver, because these are the 2 Phillips that I need to take off that hold the actual rotor onto the hub, which we need to separate. Alright, so we got plenty of heads to choose from. This is the one, focus. This is the one that fits in there perfectly. It has a little dollar tip to it. So what you do is you put the black adapter in there, shove the tip in there, and make sure it doesn't wobble any other way, like it fits in there firm, because you really don't want to round these off, because like I said, that's what happened to me. I tried using the regular Phillips, and for the life of me, I even tried heating it up. These would not come out, and I had to drill them out. So I am going to try this handy tool and see if it works. And then as I hit it, I'm going to be pulling this to the left. So let's try it. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, that's cool. That just saved me hours of work for this tiny little stupid screw that they don't need to put on there anyways. The tires hold this thing on. I don't need the stupid screw to do it. But this thing worked beautifully. Let me see if I can get you guys zoomed in a little more so you guys can see it turn. So again, make sure it fits in there. And I'm just holding it, twisting it just a little bit to the left. Oh, yeah. Can you guys see it turning? Oh, this one's being a pain. This one ain't turning. This just goes to show you how much of a pain in the butt they are. This one's not even wanting to turn. Oh, we get it? Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to drill it out for a second. So, you know, this might be back you up a little bit. I know people give crap to Harbor Freight for tools, but just using this 2 times, it felt really stout. Nothing feels cheap on this. Like for $8-9, this is an awesome purchase. I mean, this just saved me hours of work. So awesome. I was getting scared for a second because it wasn't doing. I had to hit it like 10 times before it even turned it. Oh, I'm excited. So excited. So now we should be able to pull this hub off. And I think the shoes are actually sticking to it, of course. Let me finesse this off real quick. Oh, there we go. My shoes were seized on there pretty well. Oh. Oh, that's terrible. Try to get you guys closer so you can hear that bearing. And look at this slop. Oh, you might not be able to see it. But they're slopping this. This is how you know, that's how you know your bearing's bad. And I would have showed you this with the tire on, but I knew my shoes were dragging, so you wouldn't be able to really hear and feel the bearing. So I wanted to get the actual rotor off. But if your shoes don't do this and seize up, you can be able to hear this whenever you actually take the whole tire and spin it. You know it's this side, whenever you hear that grinding bearing noise inside the vehicle, whenever you turn left, because this is the driver's side. Whichever side you turn and the noise goes away, that is the bearing that is bad. So this is the driver's side, so whenever I turn left, the sound will go away because all of the weight is being distributed to the right side. You know, because gravity's lifting up off this bearing and then it's putting all the van's weight on the right side, which causes the bearing to shut up because there's not so much weight on this. So let's go ahead and get the socket, which I believe it's a 36, to get this nut out, and then we'll be able to pull the hub and bearing unit right out. Okay, so it is a 36 millimeter, and this is an 04 Honda Odyssey. So let's go ahead and loosen this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's back you up. Oh, Jesus. Ah, crap. Oh, crap. Ah. Oh, there we go. Phew, had to use a breaker bar and a cheater bar. And that's your bearing and your whole hub assembly. Again, sorry about the light behind me. But this is the bearing that you're actually replacing that's bad. And this one, you don't have to press it out or in. When you buy it, you actually get the whole assembly. This is the beautiful new one. All nice and shiny. Nice and lubricated. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some grease on here. That way we can ride around here nice and good. Get this crap out of here. I was having an issue where it wouldn't go on there smoothly. I have no clue why. But if you just go ahead and take your 36 millimeter, put it in there and hammer it, it slides right in. I don't know why it just didn't slide right in, but whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some brake cleaner in here just on these shoes. Try to get some of that metal and rust, at least the big chunks off of there. I'm going to do the same thing to your rotor also. Throw this sucker back on. And then you'll of course be sensible with the spindle behind it, because you got one here and one there that the screws go back into. So just make sure you line that up, and then I'm going to put the nut back on. And then we get to go ahead and put these stupid screws back in here. Like I said, don't be an idiot and put the wrong holes there. Well, I guess I'm that idiot because I lined up for these holes, and it's actually these ones because those ones are countersunk for the screw. So, I'm an idiot. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. That's better. Let's go ahead and do this again. Just tighten them this time. Now I'm twisting it to the right. Oh, there we go. Stop twisting, so I'm going to stop hitting it. Oh, turd. Oh, Jesus. Put this one up top. Sorry about the lighting. It's terrible. Alright. Put it in there, make sure it fits good. Pull it to the right a little bit. Whack it. That is tightened down there, guys. And then before I forget, I gotta make sure to come in this nut and hit it down so that way it locks it in there. Else it'll come right out. And I'd rather not have that. That is what you want it to look like when you're done. That way this nut can't come off, because if it does, then you're gonna have all kinds of problems. So definitely want to make sure on that. So my review on it though, it worked beautifully. It got both these out, and that one on the bottom was really hard, because like I said, it took about 10 hits, and it still got it out. So it's definitely worth, the $8-9 that I paid for that. That's perfect. It did exactly what I wanted to do. Alright guys, now I'm gonna put all the brakes back onto it. So I am gonna start the bracket, take all the bolts out. Slide her in there. And whenever you put these bolts back on, you want to put Loctite on here. That blue, the blue goop you always see mechanics using. But I'm actually going to the store because I'm gonna get some new brake pads and shoes because it's still sticking in there. So I'm gonna take all this right back off, as soon as I come back from the store, so I'll put it back on when I do it again. You just want to do that on anything that deals with the hub or the brakes, because you just don't want that to come out. Then go ahead, brake pads on. And see, this is where it comes in handy whenever you pull the caliper this way, because that pushes back that piston, so it's nice and easy to put in and out. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of headache. A lot of headache. Alright guys, so that's the brake caliper back on. We got the rotor, the brake caliper, the new bearing in. So now we can go ahead and put the tire back on. And just a little trick that saves your back, don't try to lift this up and put it on. What you do is you get close, and then you put your feet underneath it, and then lift with your feet and your toes. It'll save your back. Trust me, if you do this a lot, it'll definitely hurt after a while. Because even a 90-year-old man can do that with his toes. Loosely tighten, and then go ahead and remove the jack and jack stand. Alright guys, so that's finished, and after I did all that, I realized I forgot something. I forgot to put the cat back on that wheel nut. I'm not going to do it right now because, like I said, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to tear it back apart. But just so you guys know, go ahead and put this back on. Just tap it on. And that will finish a 04 Honda Odyssey rear wheel bearing. And also the review, which is the main reason I made this video, was basically for the review. But that way, I can help do two things at once. The real question, would I buy one again? Yes, I would definitely buy one of these. I think everyone's garage should have one of these, and I love that I found out about them. And hopefully this helps you, and you go ahead and buy one and you can use it. So with that being said, I hope you guys subscribe and leave a like, and I will see you guys next week. Peace! It did exactly what I wanted to do. So now I'm just going to go ahead and throw the tire back on and it'll be done. Oh, Jesus. Fucking idiot.